Why are people spending $300 on lightsabers while completely ignoring the coolest merch at Galaxy's Edge? Is it hidden, too niche, or are people just not looking in the right places? Well, we're about to show you what everyone's missing, so when you leave Batu, you'll have the souvenirs everyone wishes they'd bought. And no, it's not another lightsaber or droid. But before you start shopping, you need this, a Batuan Spira. You can find this little guy at the Droid Depot loaded up with $100 and you're officially paying in credits like a local.
Because honestly, who wants to buy this adorable lockout with a boring credit card when you could use these? Speaking of creatures, most guests walk right past the creature stall because they think it's a store of stuffed animals for kids. But one of my favorite finds in all of Galaxy's Edge is in here, and I never see anybody with it. This is the Coaxian monkey lizard. You guys might remember Salacious Crumb, kind of Jabba's court jester, and you can have your very own. What's cool is with this remote, his mouth opens and his head turns. He even does that cackly laugh you guys remember from the movies. And I absolutely love him. He is by far the coolest shoulder pal in all of the parks. And if you kind of wear him around, there's no way people aren't gonna stare at you. And there are so many other creatures in here that are worth taking a look at. For my Star Wars Rebels fans, you can get your very own puffer pig in here. He makes adorable noises. And the nice thing about this one is if he gets scared, he will not expand, so your home is safe. Another couple creatures I never see anybody with, and I don't know why, are the awesome Nexu. I love seeing these for the very first time in episode 2 and Padme being attacked by it. Such an epic scene. And then for my video game fans, we have Nyx. I love him. I would say people probably don't pick him up because he's a little bit more niche. You have to play the game to really know who he is. But so cute. Now I guarantee you've either walked past or will accidentally walk past this shop, which is the Toydarian Toy Maker. But if you step in, it looks like everything is handcrafted right outside of the Star Wars universe. A lot of times I'll see people just stop right here because they're like, ooh, dolls, which are really cool. So we have some handcrafted dolls. Some of my favorite are Hera, who is brand new. She is so cute in her little jumper, ready to pilot the Phantom. And we also have a couple newer ones like the Mandalorian and Cad Bane. But the really cool stuff is when we step in further back, which nobody ever does, so let's do it. In this corner we have toys, but not just ordinary toys. These look like they have been crafted out of wood from a tree. They are posable, which is really neat. So we have C-3PO and R2-D2 here, which I absolutely love. And then we have some newer ones. So these are made out of plastic. But what's really cool is they still look like they're made from wood. So we have R2 and Darth Vader, who is by far my favorite. And then one that is extra unique is down here in the bottom. So if you are a Mandalorian fan, you may remember the Crate Dragon. And what makes this guy extra unique is he actually moves around and wiggles, which I love. But the one thing nobody ever buys in here are the games, which is absolutely insane because they are part of the most iconic moments in Star Wars, like the Sabacc deck. You guys may remember these because Han won the Millennium Falcon playing a game of Sabacc. And you can have your own deck and play. It is super fun. It comes with the cards and the dice. And in Doc Ondar's, I can't wait to show you some items that go really well with this. But my personal favorite thing in here is the Dejaric board game. This makes for a beautiful display. You can actually play it, and on the opposite side has checkers. But if there's one thing I've learned about Dejaric, it is let the Wookiee win. Or your wife, because they get equally as mad. A super niche toy in here is the T-16 Skyhopper. This thing's really cool because it is the toy that Obi-Wan gives to Luke Skywalker. I love it because inside the cockpit there's a couple little guys in there and it just makes for a really neat display item. Now these are super unique. They are Russian nesting dolls, but from bounty hunters in the Star Wars universe. I love the Bosk one, I think he's my favorite, and the Boba. It's really cool. So I really love these. I haven't been seeing many people walk out with them, but I might.
Now this is the shop that everybody ignores and it's called the Jewels of Bith. I think people just kind of walk past it because from the outside there's just a bunch of generic stuff like shirts and water bottles and stuff, but that blows my mind because this shop has some of the coolest things that you can buy that actually let you feel like you are in world, like a real Batuan citizen. And the first thing I want to show you guys is this little piece of attire. This is called a cowl. It has a hole that runs to the middle and you can put it over your neck. So it's like neckwear. This one's pretty cool because it does have the Batu logo right here in like a leather. So it's really cool. It's such an easy way to turn your attire, whatever you might be wearing, into something that looks more local. Now, the perfect thing to go with this is the hat. Because check this out. I'm gonna turn that just a little bit. There we go. Oh, okay. There you go. How cool is that? Like, I'm just wearing earth tones. I could be wearing a khaki t-shirt. I'm wearing khaki pants. You can just wear whatever shoes you want and you can just blend right in with 2 items, both found in here. And if you want to go the extra mile, they have some really nice jewelry in this shop. Something that we noticed and we haven't seen anybody really wearing this is this like tooth that to me looks like it's made out of Beskar. I'm just saying, that's just kind of what it looks like. It comes with this like thick leather-like strap, and it is so cool to just elevate your look. And there's a bunch of other little items. I do want to show you one more that I never see anybody using, and I personally think is one of the coolest things that you can get here on Galaxy's Edge. I'm still wearing the hat and the cowl. I might walk out with it. It's this Arabic translator. It's on like this little slab of wood, and this is actually really cool because there is Arabic everywhere. And a lot of the things you see are things that are like right out of movies or like quotes that you would never know unless you have this, or you know, if you're just fluent.
If you're a First Order fan or an Empire fan, you have to stop in the shop over here by the TIE Fighter. They have really awesome helmets, but the one unique thing in here is the Imperial Comlink. This thing is really neat. It looks just like the Comlink from the movies. It has a belt clip so you can attach it to you and carry it around as part of your outfit, which we love to do, but it's actually functional. This is a Bluetooth speaker, so you can take calls on it, which is really neat. So you can talk on the Comlink. Everyone who comes to Galaxy's Edge ends up here in Doc Ondar's, but 99% of them walk in, grab a lightsaber or a holocron, and leave without ever seeing the best stuff, like this Jedi training remote. Luke Skywalker actually trained with one of these, and what's cool is you can too now. It comes with the actual training remote. It actually lights up, and the saber it comes with has a little detector so you can deflect the blaster bullets coming out. So cool. Now, I mentioned holocrons, which everybody buys, but over on the side there is this cool box, and there is a mysterious Sith Wayfinder inside. This is what Rey used to find Exegol. And what's really neat is when you use these with the Kyber crystals, you can kind of like run it across, and it's going to give you like a lore about different places in the Star Wars universe, like Mandalore and different planets, just like a Sith Wayfinder would. All right, now these guys may look like they're just little figurines or statues, but I love these. If you have built a Savi's Workshop lightsaber, these are pommel caps. So the bottoms of these twist off and actually go onto your lightsabers. They have a couple, so you have a crystallized awesome Wampa, and then Morai, which is Ahsoka's owl. These are one of the coolest accessories, and I feel like nobody picks them up because they look at them and they're like, what the heck are those? Now, Doc Ondar's has the coolest collectible in here that nobody walks out with, which is the classic Camtono. We saw this for the first time in the original trilogy, but in The Mandalorian, we got to actually see what it was used for, which was to carry Beskar, which is so neat. This actually opens up just like in the film. You'll see a number pad here on the side. You can set your own passcode to it, and then when you turn the top, all the sides will unfold. So if you have any credits you want to store in here, knickknacks from around the park that you picked up, or just things at home you may want to keep safe, I love this. It is a very, very neat item. There's so much more to Doc Ondar's than lightsabers, but if you want to get a lightsaber, which is totally worth it, and you're not sure if you should build one at Savi's Workshop or buy a legacy saber here at Doc's, we help answer that on the video on the side. We'll see you guys there.